Most beginners fail on Upwork because they're using outdated strategies that don't work anymore. I've personally made over $7,000 on the platform using a precise profile system that pulls in anywhere from 1 to 5 inbound clients every single week, even with a 84% job success score. This is not just luck. One of my students followed the exact same layout and secured an invite in less than 48 hours. Another of my students that was a complete beginner got 2 clients after implementing this process, and he did it in just a few weeks. Now, my proposal system hits a massive 40 to 60% response rate on Upwork, and today I'm opening the entire playbook. By the end of this complete A to Z masterclass, you will know exactly how to set up, optimize, and run your Upwork business to land your first client within the next 30 days. We are covering everything from absolute scratch, without needing professional experience, without buying hundreds of expensive connects, and without guessing what to write in your cover letters. This is your definite blueprint to winning this year. I'll also be giving you free templates and resources throughout this video, so make sure you watch till the end in order not to miss any of them. Now, what is Upwork really? Upwork is an online marketplace for freelancers. Businesses post jobs and then freelancers apply to them. It's basically a remote work where you can work from the comfort of your home and then you get paid in dollars. It's basically like LinkedIn but mixed with a global market. Now, imagine waking up in, let's say, a city in Africa now and getting paid by someone in America. Or imagine waking up in India, Mumbai, India, and getting paid by someone in America. That's basically the dream. It really helps, especially when you are young and you're a student. Freelancing really helps. Why should location limit your earning potential? Why should location limit your income? In freelancing, location is not a barrier. There are freelancers on Upwork that even charge as high as $100 per hour. So imagine working 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's around $2,500 per week. Which job in Africa will pay you that big? Because there are jobs, don't get me wrong, but freelancing is the real deal, especially when you are starting out online. Now, what skills actually make money, especially in this AI age? If you're a freelancer or you're thinking of starting freelancing, please don't start with random skills. Start with skills that already have demand, skills that businesses already pay for. Now, these are the skills I recommend: video editing, graphic design, copywriting, social media management, web design, virtual assistants, UGC, which stands for user generated content, and thumbnail design. So for me personally, when I started out on Upwork, I started with typing, which is data entry, but I found out that I did not really enjoy it and it was really daunting and stressful. So I went online and searched for high in demand skills and I found video editing. The moment I found video editing, I started offering it on Upwork and everything changed for me. But I did not just stop at video editing, because there's video editing for wedding videos, for finance videos, for coaches, for SaaS companies. Is broad. So I specialize in short form video editing for coaches, businesses, podcasts, and brands. In offering short form video editing, I was able to niche down, and that really helped me stand out and get clients faster on the platform. So when picking a skill, these are the 2 things you need to ask yourself. 1, what are businesses already spending money on daily? 2, what skill saves people time or makes people money? Passion is good, but market demand matters a lot. In fact, I recommend you to keep your passion aside, make money, and then fuel your passion with the money you've earned. Now, how do you learn this skill fast? The best place I recommend for you to start learning these skills is YouTube itself. Here on this platform, YouTube. And aside from YouTube, there are other free courses on Udemy. In fact, if you want to get Udemy courses for free, you can go to the website called Disc Udemy. I have a tutorial on my channel where I show you how to get Udemy courses for free. You can click on that to view it. Now, after you've gotten these tutorials, you need to start practicing, because practice is greater than endless tutorials. Now, during your practice, what you need to do is recreate projects. Go and look for viral videos and re-edit them. Go and look for designs and redesign them. Just recreate projects, and don't just recreate projects. You need to be consistent in it. You need to consistently recreate projects in order to hone your skill and in order to sharpen that skill so that you can be able to charge good amounts of money for it. So my question for you is this: how many tutorials have you watched without practicing? And are you learning or just consuming content? The painful truth is that some people have watched over 200 hours of freelancing videos and have never earned even a single dollar. I want you to know that we learn by doing, not just by watching. If you struggle with execution, what I recommend you do is take a 30-day challenge and just implement everything you've learned. And you don't need to be perfect. You can build while you learn. What I mean by building while you learn is you can begin to build an Upwork profile, set up everything while you learn. That's how I did it. In fact, I was not really good at video editing, but I had to understand how Upwork work and go and get clients. In fact, I got the clients before I mastered the skill. So when she gave me the boxing video to edit for her, I had to go to YouTube and search how to edit boxing videos. Then I came back and then fulfilled the deal and collected my pay. Now, how do you pick a niche? Picking a niche is very important because specific freelancers get paid more. A bad example would be I'm a video editor, while a good example would be I edit short form videos for podcasters and coaches. Now, my question for you is, who exactly do you want to help? And what type of clients already need your skill constantly? You need to identify them because that's your target customer. We all know that general hospitals exist, but specialists charge more. Now, how do you build a portfolio with 0 clients? As a freelancer, you need a portfolio. You need proof. Proof is greater than experience. So like I said initially, recreate viral edits, redesign websites, make sample logos, or you can help friends, churches, or a small business. Now, this is my question for you. why would a client trust you when you don't have proof? And would you hire yourself right now? Nobody gives beginners opportunity or experience until beginners create proof. If you've gotten any value from this video so far, please make sure you smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any future content from me. I'm documenting everything I wish someone taught me. Now, how do you create your Upwork profile? So this is the full breakdown and I need you to pay attention to this. Your job title needs to be clear and niche specific. Your bio needs to show who you help and the results you can create for them. For your portfolio section, I recommend you use the strongest portfolio only, and I also recommend using anywhere from 3 to 5 portfolio pieces. For your skill section, make sure it's keyword optimized. I have a video that shows you how to optimize your Upwork profile. Please make sure you click on it to watch the video, or I'm also going to be dropping the link in the description below. Click on it after you watch this video. It's going to show you how to rank in search. It's going to show you how to get more views on your profile and invites on your profile, and it's also going to show you how to land clients on Upwork without applying to jobs with Connect. For a freelancer out there, what I want you to do is go and search your skill on Upwork. Let's say video editing, for example. Search video editing, then the top 5 freelancers that pop up, study their title, study their description, study their skills tab. Ideally, they should have made over $10,000 on the platform already. So study what they are doing, see how you can model it, and then apply it to your Upwork profile. That will get you optimized, that will get you clients, and that will get you results. If it worked for them, it's also worked for you on the platform. Then I want you to use keywords from clients' jobs. I cover all of these things in my Upwork optimization video. If you've not watched it, make sure you watch it after this video, and it will show you how to get all of these things easy. Now, after you set all of this up, you need to answer 2 questions. 1, does your Upwork profile sound trustworthy, or does it sound like every other beginner? Your profile is not a CV, it's a sales page. I made a free guide for you guys which contains proposal templates, profile checklist, and 7 days action plan. You can get it in the link in the description below. Now, how do you write proposals that get replies? Now, this is structure I always follow. 1, mention their problem. 2, show proof. 3, show confidence statements. And lastly, end with a question. So ideally, when applying to jobs on Upwork, there's one question I want you to have in mind. Did you actually read the job post, or are you copy pasting garbage to 500 clients? So for me personally, the first proposal that I sent that actually got me a client, these were the things I actually followed. First, it was personalized, meaning I put the client's name in it. So in Upwork, if you want to get the client's name, probably just click on the job post, scroll down, check the client's work history, and then look for the name that's most repetitive. The big star is for the client, then just check, you will probably see the client's name. So in your job post, you want to include the client's name. So it will be hi, then the client's name. Peradventure, I'm your client, hi Anointed. I did not say hi sir or hi madam. I did hi, the client's name. Then the next thing I did was that I made it very short. I kept it anywhere from 150 to 250 words max. And then lastly, I applied very early. I applied early. Once I see a job post, I don't wait till it's 10 to 50 proposals. No, once I see 0 to 5, I apply immediately. Once I see 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, I apply. And that's what landed me my clients fast. Clients are not looking for the smartest freelancers, they are looking for the safest choice. Now, how do you get clients without buying connects? These are the main strategies you need to pay attention to. Number 1, apply early. When you apply early to these jobs, you have a chance of getting the job, and when you get a job on Upwork, Upwork often gives you back your connects. So if you use 20 connects to apply to a job and you land that job and the client invites you and hires you, Upwork often give you those connects back. Secondly, you need to save searches. Just the way you use TikTok for you page, FYP, and your Instagram profile, you need to save jobs on Upwork so that Upwork algorithm will be able to know the kind of jobs you're interested in, and then they can bring more of those to you. Thirdly, you need to optimize your Upwork profile. Like I said, if you've not watched the video on how to optimize your Upwork profile, click the link in the description below, look for the video, watch it. It's going to help you a ton. And then of course, you need to know how to use connects wisely. Don't apply to jobs that are unverified. Don't apply to jobs that the client has not paid any freelancer before. There are a lot of things. I have checklists on all of these things. I'm going to be including it in the free guide, so make sure you download that guide too. Another secret that can help you get clients without connects is direct outreach. So on Upwork, clients often put their Instagram accounts or their YouTube channels and all of these things. One thing you can do is that you can go a step ahead to go to their YouTube channel or their Instagram account and DM them, and then send your portfolio, tell them you can help them, you found them on Upwork, and you'll be glad to help them for their particular job. That can help you land the clients outside Upwork, and that can also help you save some connects. But I don't really recommend it. In fact, this whole scheming thing was what made me lose my account on Upwork, because I was trying to land clients outside Upwork and all of these things. So just focus on Upwork. But if you are desperate and you're looking for a way to get clients, this is a method you can try. And then lastly, I want you to improve your proposals. If you apply the 4 or 5 things I shared initially about proposals, you will improve your proposals. But I'm also going to be dropping some proposal templates in the free guide for you down below. Make sure you click on it, download it, and use it as a guide when applying to jobs in the future on Upwork. Now, when it comes to Upwork, Upwork, there's a misconception I see a lot of people do. They think the problem is connects, but what if the problem is not connects? What if the problem is visibility? So that's why your Upwork profile needs to be optimized so that clients can easily find you. Now, here's some practical advice I have for you. 1. Check your Upwork account morning and night. This triggers the algorithm and shows that you are available for jobs. Next, apply within the first hour. Don't apply to jobs that have stayed longer than 1 hour on Upwork. And then lastly, avoid oversaturated jobs. Like I said, once you see 50 plus job proposals, once you see 20 plus, don't apply to them anymore. You want to be applying to jobs that have 0 to 5 ideally, or 0 to 10 max. Some of you are applying to jobs from 5 business days ago. Bro, what's the problem? Now, how do you communicate with clients? The truth is that communication closes clients. So as a freelancer, after you've gotten the clients, after you've got them to invite you and then hire you, you need to communicate with them properly. So when it comes to communication, it's divided into various segments. One of them is updates, and this is the part where you need to update the client on how the project is going and how many percent completion it is at the moment. Another is clarity, and this has to do with the client's expectation and your ability to deliver on that. So if the client wants sales and you are giving them virality, that's actually a wrong expectation, and it's called a expectation mismatch. It actually happened to me. I had a client that he wanted to get sales for his project management course, and I was good in growing social media accounts. So I grew his Instagram account from 90 followers to 22,000 followers, but he was still not satisfied because his goal was not growth. It was not vanity metrics. His goal was actually sales, and I was not able to get him sales. I got some leads to view his page, but they were not able to buy because the contents were not optimized for sales. They were optimized for views. In fact, a video on his channel got around 50 million views. Get what I'm saying? So you need to establish clarity with your clients. Another point is professionalism. It needs to be professional. You need to get your client details. For example, if you're a social media management, you need to get, let's say, Google Forms. Now you can use to collect your client details, like their login details and some of these other things, so that you can access their account and everything can look clean and professional. If you're a video editor, you need to create Google Drive folders where your clients can impute the raw footage, then you download it, and then you can easily edit it and also send it back or upload it in that same folder for them to view and review, and then you get paid. Another has to do with confidence. And then lastly, don't disappear. Don't ghost your clients. Clients hate being ghosted. They hate it when they message you and you don't reply. They message again, you don't reply. Oh my god, they're like, have I wasted my time? Have I hired the wrong freelancer? You know, they're in America and some of them don't really trust us Africans. They see us like, oh, these people are like spooky. Of course, we're not spooky by the grace of God. But what am I saying? Whenever a client message you, try your best to always be on the app so they can respond to their messages quickly. Now, my question for you is, do clients trust you, and do you make them feel safe around you? If not, you need to work on that because clients pay for peace of mind. Now, how do you get paid? Especially when you're located in Africa or let's say Nigeria like me. If you're around the globe, there are different ways of getting paid. If you're in India, I think you can use Payoneer. Payoneer also works for Africans, but if you're in Nigeria specifically, I have some apps for you that really helped me. It streamlined the process, made it very easy for me. I have friends using the app. They don't have any complaint. I think one of them had a little challenge, but I think it's going to get resolved and all of that. But for me, I've not had any challenge, I've not had any complaint with the app, and it works very fine, and you can receive payments in dollars too. So the first is Gray, the second is Payoneer, and the third is GigPay. These three apps are very good. Personally, I don't really use Payoneer anymore, but I use Gray and GigPay. They have been very sound for me. I also use them to invoice clients outside of the platform, outside of Upwork. Like I said, I recommend keeping everything on Upwork, but just in case anything happens in the future and you get the clients outside Upwork and it's not in Nigeria, it's not in Africa, it's in the other part of the world, you can use GigPay and Gray to invoice them and collect payments in pounds, euros, and dollars. Of course, they also give you virtual cards, they give you dollar accounts, they give you all this good stuff. You can create USD accounts, you can create pounds accounts, euro accounts, and so many other things. They even give you a native Nigerian bank account that you can use to receive payments if you want. And also, these apps can help you create accounts that you can use to fuse to your Upwork account to receive payments. Like me now, I have 2 accounts on Upwork. I use my Payoneer and my GigPay to receive payments on Upwork. So you can use this to fuse to both Upwork, and also you can use it to receive payments outside Upwork just in case the need comes in the future. So what's the point of earning in dollars if you can't withdraw properly? So here's my advice for you. Verify your accounts properly, verify your Upwork accounts, verify your dollar accounts, verify all of these accounts properly so you don't get challenges and issues in the future. Secondly, avoid platform violations. If they tell you their terms and conditions, of course, majority of us don't really read terms and conditions that much, but please do your best to go through these things, because if I'd gone through the terms and conditions of Upwork and avoided it, I wouldn't have lost my $7,000 account. Go through the terms and conditions of Upwork, of these apps. Probably my friend that had his account, he had one of his bank accounts frozen That's one of this is dollar account, and it's probably because it did not go through your terms conditions and it broke one of the rule, and they're like, okay, we have to freeze your account because of this and that. So please, you need to go through these things in order to avoid future challenges or future stress. And then lastly, obey Upwork rules. I created a video where I showed you all of Upwork rules and what happened, how they banned my account, why they banned my account, and all of those things. If you're interested in the video, it's in the link in the description below. You can watch it, or I'm going to add a card to it right here. Now, what are the biggest mistakes beginners make on Upwork? So I say a lot of beginners make a lot of mistakes on Upwork, but here are a few of them. One, learning forever. Another is having no portfolio. Copy paste proposals along many jobs. Too many skills without specializing. Quitting too early. Like, if you can be patient, the clients will come in like a flood. Imagine I quit when I did not land my first client after I applied to maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. Imagine I quitted. I wouldn't have made over $7,000. So please don't quit. Another one, which is the biggest one, taking clients off the platform or trying to receive payments off the platform is dangerous. Is dangerous. Is dangerous. Avoid this. So my question for you is this: with all of these tutorials you've been watching on YouTube, are you actually trying, or are you just consuming motivation? And then secondly, have you been consistent long enough? How many jobs have you applied to? Have you optimized your profile? Have you actually implemented these things? Because it's very, very important you do. And if you implement them, you will get clients. I have students in my program that have gotten a lot of clients with this same process. Speaking of program, I have one where I show you how to make your first $100 to $300 to even $1,000 on Upwork as a complete beginner, but it's only for serious people. It's not for everybody. I have templates, I have checklists, I have things that you can go through, and those are pretty cheap, those are helpful, those are freebies, you can download them. But if you are really serious and you want to fast track your journey and without wasting connect and without going through all these hurdles that a lot of people go through, you can check it out. The link is going to be in the description below if you're interested. Now, the truth is, freelancing is not magic. It requires consistency, and rejection is normal when it comes to freelancing. So now, before you sleep tonight, here are 3 things I want you to do. 1, pick one skill. 2, build one sample. And then lastly, apply to one job. Your first client can literally change your entire confidence, change your life, and change your income. You can watch my next video showing on the screen. It's YouTube's best recommendation for you that can help you get to your goal in the fastest time possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.